A wave of new prostate cancer drugs are set to hit the market. That could mean billions of dollars in sales for drug makers and months of additional life for patients. Leading the way is a new drug from Johnson & Johnson. And Bloomberg Shannon Pettypiece here with more. And Shannon, tell us who the companies are that could gain from this.
Well, you named one of them, Johnson & Johnson. A few weeks ago, they got a drug called Zytiga approved by the FDA. That could have $2 billion in sales over the next 5 years. A big product there. We've also got products, though, in the pipeline from Medivation and Estella. There's a big cancer meeting starts this weekend. They're going to have data about their prostate cancer. It could be on the market by 2013, and that could have almost $2 billion in sales as well. And finally, there's Takeda. They're going to also have data at this big cancer meeting. Another one, 2013, we could see that on the market. And that could also be a blockbuster there. So 3 big drugs sort of all in a row here coming on the market.
And how do these new drugs, how do they work differently than others?
Well, the drugs we have right now block a male hormone called androgens. And usually those work at first. Androgens are the fuel that prostate cancer cells basically need to grow. But after a while, the body is able to get androgen from other parts, usually the adrenal gland starts producing it. So these drugs, for example, the Johnson & Johnson drug, they block androgen coming from other parts of the body, so the cells can't get that fuel. And the Medivation drug, they block the receptor right on those cells, so sort of like putting a lock on the gas cap so that fuel can't get into the cells and sort of drive that growth. So all sort of taking different approaches, and cancer researchers are really finding that that's what you need to do. You can't just attack a tumor from one area. You sort of need to attack it from the land and the air and the sea. It's really got to be a multiple approach here to sort of get that life extension that's really meaningful to patients.
And why are we seeing sort of this sudden wave of these prostate cancer drugs?
Yeah, well, it seems all of the cancer research comes in waves at a time, and usually it has to do with figuring out what is driving the tumors. So once we found out that androgens, that this hormone, what was really driving the tumors, then drug makers could step back and start figuring out ways to block androgens from different areas. You know, we saw advances in breast cancer. We're also seeing melanoma is going to be a big wave of drugs coming through, all sort of about understanding what are the mechanisms that are driving these tumors. And that's really what we've been trying to figure out for the past 20 years, what's causing these tumors to grow.
Okay. Shannon, thank you very much for bringing us that story.